Good morning, students of standard 11. Today we are going to study topic amphibians from chapter 4, Animal Kingdom. Amphibians. These are the specific animals which are adapted to both land and water. So students, amphibians are actually the specific animals who are equally capable to survive on land and water. Students, because of the capability of these specific animals to survive on both land and water, they are called as amphibians. So students, the most important example of amphibians, as you can see in this picture, is a frog. There is presence of head, body and trunk. So students, the most important feature of the amphibians is that their body is basically divided into three important parts, which are head, body and trunk. So students, we can understand the concept of the body form of amphibians with the help of this picture. Students, in this picture you can easily notice the head, which is this part of the amphibian, the trunk, the middle part of the amphibian, and the lower lateral area, which we call as the body. So students, we can say that the whole body of the amphibians is distinguished into head, body and trunk. The blood is red due to presence of hemoglobin. Students, the blood of amphibians are also red due to the presence of hemoglobin. Students, we know that it is the reddish pigment, that is hemoglobin, which imparts a distinct redness to the blood cells. So students, hemoglobin, which is one of the advanced feature of the vertebrata, remains present in the blood of the amphibians. Students, we can understand the redness of the blood cells of amphibians with the help of this picture. Students, here we can notice huge number of blood cells which are appearing red in color, and it is due to the presence of hemoglobin, which is represented by Hb. The circulatory system is closed. Since the circulatory system in amphibians is generally closed. Students, when we say the circulatory system is closed, then that means that the blood is circulating in closed tube-like structures, that is artery and veins. So students, when blood flows in arteries and veins, that is in closed tube like structures, then such type of circulation is called as closed circulation, and which is quite common in the amphibians. Fertilization is external. Students, we know that fertilization is the fusion of male gamete and female gamete. So students, when we say fertilization is external, then that means that the fusion of male gamete and female gamete is taking place outside the body of female. So students, we can understand this concept with the help of this picture, where you can easily notice that the eggs are being dispersed in the water, and which will be further fertilized by the sperm, which also will be fertilized, which also will be released by the male frog. Sexes are separate. Students, sexes, that is the gender, is quite separate in the amphibians, that is the male and female. Is found quite distinctly in the amphibians. So students, here if you concentrate, then you will be able to understand that there are presence of male and female frogs, which shows that the sexes are separate in the amphibians. Students, now let's discuss a very important question. What are various types of respiration which takes place in amphibians? The following are the different types of respiration. So students, in amphibians, the type of respiration which is quite common are cutaneous respiration, pulmonary respiration, and brachial respiration. So cutaneous respiration is actually the type of respiration which takes place through the skin in the amphibians. Since this is why the skin of the amphibians generally remains moist, so that the dissolved oxygen in the water can enter into the body of the amphibians, and the carbon dioxide also can get released through the skin. Pulmonary respiration, it is a type of respiration in which lungs plays a very important role in the exchange of gases. So students, pulmonary respiration also takes place in amphibians. Vacuum respiration. It is the type of respiration in which respiration takes place via gills, which remains present in some of the amphibians. Thank you, students.